Alex, will there be a time when all humans on Earth will experience an NDE, near-death experience, not non-disclosure agreement, where will all where we will all wake up in full knowledge of everything going on around us, an awakening in a blink of an eye. That's from Terry Smith.
Terry, why would we all have to die for that to occur? Why would we all have to die in order to do that? We have children being born today that have full consciousness, 3 strands of DNA. We have many people who are waking up from a dream or an out of body experience who remember everything now. We do have those people who have had near death experiences who have come back and they're changed. But that doesn't mean that that's the path for everybody. Not everybody would choose that path. I would never choose that path for me to have a near death experience. It's a little drastic for me. So, one size doesn't fit all, especially on this planet. I think it's going to be just, I think it's happening just the way it is. One mind at a time, but it doesn't mean one at a time. You know, thousands of people every day, millions of people every month are waking up. Or they've been awake and they've decided to no longer be in fear, and they are now standing up for themselves because now they have people around them that finally believe the same way. There's all kinds of things going on. We're certainly moving in the right direction. But we've created terrible weapons to hurt and destroy. And it's my hope that we never get the opportunity to use them. And since this is a fight for winner take all, and even though I believe that the light is clearly winning, it isn't over till it's over. So I'm always, you know, cautiously optimistic. And we still have a lot of work to do, especially on ourselves. We don't know, most cities have no idea how to live in community. None whatsoever. Most people in a city have no idea how to grow their own food. There may be a time for that. Most of the farmlands have been bought up by big conglomerate corporations that are dark and evil. You know, how soon will the access of those lands be available to those of us who can work the land and grow food to feed ourselves and feed our communities? There's all these things that have to be worked out. Pepsi Cola, Coca Cola, other large conglomerates like that own most of the springs. All the bottled water comes from springs that they bought the rights to. Drinking water. What do we do? How do we get access to that water? How do we clean up our city's waters that have been tainted with fluoride? There's a lot of things we have to do. There's a lot of work to be done. Okay. We need to stay present in what we're dealing with right now. Okay, that's important. It's also important to look forward. But we can't do anything about Nesara Gesara. Okay? in no way is the world ready. It's not ready at all. You know, that may be 2 or 3 years off, maybe 4 years of whatever it's going to look like and whatever they're going to call it. Okay, and I already gave the example today about Wells Fargo's no longer on the SWIFT system. It's on another system. All right, but it's not called the quantum system. They call it something else. So, is it doing the same thing? Probably, but they call it something else. So on the surface, it doesn't appear apples to apples. You know, I think somebody asked Trump about that once, and he said, "Well, I don't know anything by that name." It doesn't mean they don't know. It doesn't mean that they don't have this plan. They're just calling it something else. Okay. Remember, this paperwork was signed in the 90s. In the 90s. So